Hi everyone, T. Morris here. Thank you all so much for the support you have been showing Old Spirits with the recent views of our Linville Manor investigation. As you can tell by our back and forth with Winn, this place is very special to us. We'd love to hear what you think of the investigation, so go on and leave a comment. And while there, like and subscribe to the channel. It might surprise you how much clicking on the thumbs up and subbing helps us out at Old Spirits. While we have kept most of Winn's perspective on what it's like living daily with something supernatural, some footage had to hit the cutting room floor. But unlike some digital outlets, we're not deleting this footage forever. It's a great place, Linville Manor, and we have a few more stories to share.
So I was sensing that, but still, like, no big thing. It wasn't until about 4 months later that guests started coming through Airbnb, and groups that were not here at all for paranormal started making reports, and then it started repeating, and then, then it starts building that something is kind of happening here that's not explained.
Right.
And then years later down the road, family members from the historic family that used to be here, the Bowie family, come and visit, and when you start telling them the stories that the guests were experiencing, then they start saying, well, that actually lines up with something that happened 100 years ago in history or to this specific relative. And that's when you start saying, okay, between those accounts and paranormal teams such as yourself coming and producing evidence most of the time without me even being here or around them, then you can't really deny all those things just lining up to be a coincidence.
Yeah, and I did
before this YouTube group came, they thought it was going to be like kind of a fun kind of whatever, and then slowly but surely into their stay, they were like, oh no, like there are actually ghosts here. Like this is not what we were anticipating for our YouTube sensation video.
Yeah,
but it turned
right.
out to be great, and I think that they wound up learning a lot more about the supernatural and ghosts, respectively, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of their stay, they were in the dining room and watching their video. I hadn't even interacted that much with them. You see the gentleman say, like, it just feels like something's on my leg. And then later in the night when I told him, I was like, sometimes people feel a brushing up against their leg. He was like, that was happening to me right in the dining room. So specifically, last week, there was a group that came, a local investigations group that had all their gear, know what they're doing. A woman who is actually joining them who had never really been on a professional investigation, she goes into the library, and an Airbnb guest, sometimes they leave things, had brought this mirror they call the portal mirror that they'd gotten in the UK, apparently from the 1800s. Okay. So they say that you pick this mirror up, you can speak to it and maybe see someone that you are missing who is on the other side. But for whatever reason, she picked up the mirror and she tried to talk to her mother, but she sees a man in a red jacket, and no one has ever talked about someone in a red jacket.
I'm going to interrupt you just for a second. The first night we were here with Piper, she asked, is there something to do with like a man with a red jacket?
This. Yeah, I vaguely remember this.
I have it. I think I have it on recording somewhere. Anyway.
Okay, well, there is.
Proceed.
I don't know any more than that. She said, can you please reach out to the family because, and this is the thing is, I think more and more different entities appear to different people for whatever reason. So it might take many more visitors for us to know truly who all is here.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah,
so,
I would agree.
Anyhow, continue. Sorry, it's just like...
No, that's great. This is what this is.
Well, it reminds me of a time. So I believe it was the Easter before you guys came, right after the egg hunt. But that day, there was supposed to be an evening that was called like Boo Blossoms, because I'm like, people can come and hear some of the ghost stories, pictures with the pretty blossoms in the spring. Didn't really pan out. I don't know if people just weren't feeling it, or I don't know. We didn't no tickets sold, but an Airbnb group booked that same day, but they booked for a non-paranormal. It was just like a family gathering. Yeah. Well, that evening the event was supposed to start at 7:30. Well, I'm off like at Target or something at 7:30, and I get a message from the Airbnb guests, and they said, "Are your electric devices on timers in the library?" I said, "No." And they said, "Well, the fireplace is on in there and the lights have all come on, so we were wondering." And they had kids with them, so I said, "Well, maybe like one of your kids ran in there and was playing." And they're like, "No, they've been upstairs." And I was like, And I was like, how do I call the ghost and be like, we're not doing the event? And I was like, not tonight. Just take the night off. It's fine. It's fine. Like, seriously, you guys are good. Because it was right at 7:30.
And you've got that, and you've got that one, just like in Ghosts, you've got that one Victorian lady of the house going, I prepared an entire dance for this.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I spent all day fixing my hair. You could have sent a notification or something.
Fantastic.
Oh, that is beautiful.
So, thanks for watching. If you are enjoying Old Spirits, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications for whenever we put up new content. And by all means, tell a friend. From all of us here at OSI, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the field.